And I get so this is a topic. Moving on to the next thing. I saw this today. Libby Emmons from the Post Millennial had just posted about Target's new merch that they got going.
Oh God, what does Target have now?
Target launches trans merch for kids as well as chest binders and packing underwear.
Oh dear Lord.
So so I'm of two minds of this because I don't know, but Libby Emmons shared this today. So again,
I don't Tomboy X Target.
Yeah.
What is this you guys are looking at? This is my friend Libby. What's she talking about?
So Target launched trans merch for kids as well as chest binders, packing underwear.
What?
Yeah.
Chest binder.
So
it makes your boobs flat.
Yeah. So binds them, puts them flat to your chest.
Why? That's stupid.
I don't use it often.
Well, most of the time it's used for run. Oh, great. It's my turn now.
Yes.
Run track will often do it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. And then, binding is also trans people will do it too when they don't want when they haven't had their top surgery.
Right. I understand sports bras, right? But chest binders just sounds stupid. Like, who doesn't like boobs?
I'm gonna be, when you're a woman and you do something like track, while a sports bra is good, it's not necessarily enough, especially if you have a larger chest. You
put on another one.
You will actually need the binding to keep you from bouncing up and down.
Put on 2.
It's not going to work.
3.
You wear 3 bras and run. And we'll see how that goes.
But
put on a coat, put on a lead box.
But this is not being marketed for women who are running, and this is for kids.
At all.
This is for girls who want to pass as boys and boys who want to pass as girls, and this is the definition of, James Lindsay's definition of grooming, which I absolutely agree with, which is a third party indoctrinating a child into a cult or an ideology or a belief system without their parents' consent. Target is now acting as a groomer and putting this out there for children I find this so offensive. This is kind of like the mural I was talking about. That kids don't need to be hit with this kind of messaging when they're going shopping.
I do agree with what Keri's saying. I think that there's again, I'm not against any of this stuff, right? Or I'm not against, trans women, trans men doing and living their life and their best life. Of course, I have a good friend who is, and one of my students who I'm mentoring right now, she's an amazing mechanic, trans woman. But it just doesn't seem proper to have especially this image here with the scars and everything. I suppose it's to normalize that this look is okay. And, but it again, I agree with Keri and what she said. I agree with James Lindsay's definition. This is grooming. There's is there a reason to have this? If you're a trans man or trans woman, you just dress as that, everyone knows it. Right.
Right.
But yeah, it just comes down to it's pushing it on kids. And I think a lot of the trans community that I've had the opportunity to speak with, they've sort of kind of said the same thing, where it's these are decisions they made later in life, after lots of therapy and doctor and medication and working through a lot of hard stuff. But this just seems to be it's trying to push it younger and younger. Now, granted, these look like teenagers, but still.
I've seen literal children, babies, diapers designed to have bulges.
Oh, I saw that.
Designed to smooth out little boys and girls. And
that's weird.
That is just so what the are people thinking sometimes? And that unfortunately, that doesn't necessarily fall under grooming because that's the realm of the parents. That's the parents at that point making that decision.
But yeah, these are things that again, these companies jump in on this weird messaging bandwagon, and I don't even know do they know what they're even doing? Do they understand what the potential harm is. And, you know, I say harm in sort of the lightest way possible, because I know that it's not physical harm. And that's usually the argument I hear is like, well, there's no harm. It's like, no, but like you're causing a lot of confusion in kids. And like that can lead to even more like harm, as in like real, like mental breakdowns, not fully understanding what's real. Like my son who's 4, like he doesn't fully understand the difference between like men and women, not because he's stupid, but because he's like more interested in Super Mario and Sonic than like gender and pronouns. You know, like kids, they don't care. They can't wrap their head around it. It's you know, as simple as the subject is, you start mixing the two and calling that normal. I don't know. It's you guys know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. That's why I can't say it either.
Kids have much better things to be concentrated on than the differences between boys and girls, because at their age they aren't necessarily important.
Yeah, like their development's not based on stuff like that at the point. It's more like it's like tactile. It's engaging in the physical world around them, not the philosophical parts of it really, or even, you know, the scientific parts of it. Like, you know, I do talk to my son about things like the planets and the ocean, and I try and be as like adult conversation. You know, I don't try and dumb it down too much.
So you're like Bill Nye Senior.
Yeah, I'm trying. Except without all the woke bullshit, you know?
Yeah, it got real weird.
Yeah, it did. Shane Turney says, I'm 44 and don't understand women. And women don't understand women. Absolutely. Yeah.